Hello everyone, Joan here from mainly Joan_YT. I'm currently here at Mortdale station for part 3 here. Now, you're probably wondering what train did I get off. I got off at Tangara. It was Tangara Sets T127, XG27 and T22 heading to Cronulla. And you have seen that in the latest YouTube short, I'm assuming, so yeah. Going to film some trains here, and today is April 12, Saturday 2025, and the Tangaras are 37 years old. And with the withdrawal of V sets and K sets soon to be withdrawn eventually, Tangaras will then be the eldest passenger train when both of those models and makes and sets end up leaving. So yeah, we have a Tangara now arriving onto platform number 1. It is heading to Bondi Junction. It came from Waterfall. As no 4-car Tangaras are in operation, every single Tangara will be 8 cars. The front 4 cars is T129 XG29. You will soon see the refill cars. T129 XG29 now departing platform number 1, heading to Bondi Junction. And the refill car is T74. Fun fact about T74, it was one of the 2 4-car sets, 8-car set, that was the last train. T53 was the other set. T53 and T74 both were the last Tangara set to run the ECRL Epping to Chatswood Rail Link, which closed on 30th of September 2018. So yeah, we have a Tangara now arriving onto platform number 2, heading to Waterfall. For cars, T103 SG3. The refill car should be T90. We'll find out what it is later. Tangara T103, XG3, and possibly T90, now departing platform 2, Waterfall service. And it is T90. And we have another Tangara arriving onto platform number 1 this time, heading to Bondi Junction again. T33 is the front 4 cars. So T103, the previous Tangara, was actually an ATP Tangara. The other set was T13. And here comes T33, with the reefer cars being questionable because I don't know what the reefer cars are. T33 and Friend now departing platform number 1, Bondi Junction service. the refill car is T23. We have another Tangara on platform 2, T11, the refill cars. And the refill cars, judging by the car numbers, T24. An easier way to identify if it was T24 is looking at one of the spare carriages, which is D6289. D6289 is the last driver carriage built, but it wasn't the youngest. But it's not the youngest driving carriage. That goes to D6288 on T71. D6148 is in a different set. I don't know what's happening to that area of the carriage of D6147. Anyways, now the bottom. That set plate is about to come off. So yes, T71 has D6288. D6287, I believe, is on T73. And D6286 is on T99. So D6286 to D6289 are the spare driving carriages. Or driving carriages, that will work. D6286 was replacing, still is replacing D6274, as it's already, D6274 is already scrapped because of its damage at the Vineyard Railway Crossing incident, where D6274 hit a Toyota Tarago, which was on the tracks, and I believe the Tangara was going 100 kilometers an hour, and it impaled the Toyota Tarago. Hopefully no one was in that Toyota Tarago, because that would have been horrible. But I think the driver died. There was fatality there. I'm pretty sure there's at least one fatality during that incident. And yeah, T73 having D6287 is questionable for me, because I really don't understand where the original carriage went. I told you D6288 is replacing D6148. No, D6108. That's what it's replacing. D6108 is in a different set. I can't recall what set number it was. And we just saw T24 with D6289 replacing D6148. So yes, sorry, I just blubbered a lot of nonsense to people who are just getting into trains, but there you go. That's your information of the spare driving carriages of Tangara T Sets. So now we're waiting for the next trains on both platforms here at Mortdale. We got 2 trains in 3 minutes. So when I was filming one Tangara, when the previous T103 and T90 leave, we got T33 and 23 arriving, with T11 and T24 arriving at the same time. Pretty cool. And if you guys have been living under a rock, Mortdale station is located in the T4 Eastern Suburbs and Illawarra line. Its neighbouring stations are Penshurst and Oatley. I said Penrith by accident. Yeah, Penshurst and Oatley is its neighbouring stations. We got a road, I don't know what road it's called, that is underneath the station. There's also a road over there, also pretty cool, and a little road up here. Over here. Oh. Okay. Yeah. For me, Mortdale definitely needs an upgrade. Every station should at least have full protection of shading, avoiding, if there's a chance, hail or snow, if that also happens, and definitely rain and the sunshine. We do like the sunshine, yes, but it does get annoying over time, so it depends what you're doing, actually. We have a Tangara arriving on platform number 1, heading to Mortdale Junction. Yeah, I'll just keep going. After Mortdale, it should stop at Penshurst and Hurstville, and then make its way to Mortdale Junction. Oh, skips Penshurst. T1 is the front for cars.
Sydenham, Redfern, Central, Town Hall, Martin Place, King's Cross, Edgecliff, and Bondi Junction.
Meaning the rear for cars should be T104, XG4. This probably came from Cronulla. Alright, T1 also is part of an incident at Homebush, and I kind of forgot the other one, but definitely Homebush. D6106 was the leading carriage, and that actually did have an incident. I don't know what incident it was, but it definitely was an incident, and it is one of the Tangaras that actually did have an incident. So yes. Oh, and T104, also another set having an incident. T104 XG4, we'll actually refer to G4 in this case. So G4 is a G-set Tangara from somewhere between the 90s to the early 2010s, maybe late 2000s. It derailed at Unanderra. And right now, you would call that very rare, because Tangaras do not go far as Port Kembla or Coniston. So, yeah, at that time for Tangaras, it's not very rare. That was before the Oscars were in service. And, yeah, G4 had a derailment. There is a picture of it. I don't have one, but I do remember seeing a picture, and the leading carriage of G4, I don't know what carriage it was like to the right or to the left of the rails, came off, and it looked awkward as well. Probably hit something. I don't know what it hit, but the carriage was like shifted to the left or right. So yeah, during that incident, while it was getting repaired, it was converted to a T-set, and that is the first G-set to be converted to a T-set, and it's now numbered as T104. So yes, that is information of T104. We have another Tangara T37, which is the front of cars. The rear for cars should be T36. Indeed it is. When I was at Walleye Creek, this Tangara set was the thumbnail of the first anniversary video I did for the Tangaras back in 2023 or 2024, I can't remember. I think it was 2024 actually. So yeah. A year is a long time, because I barely remembered the year. Alright. T37 and T36 now departing platform number 2, heading to, I think it's Waterfall. And the Tangara arriving onto platform number 1.
Goes to Bondi Junction via
T42 is the front for cars. Now I'll get to T42 in a minute.
Then all stations to Walleye Creek, then Tempe, Sydenham, Redfern.
Alright, we have T42 here now.
Martin Place, King's Cross,
Yes, I've got some information.
and Bondi
T42, well, first off, we're going to go straight into the incident. T42 is the Tangara that had the most recent incident occurring in Kembla Grange Racecourse Station. T42. Actually, I'll continue later. Yeah. T42 and friend now departing platform number 1, Mortdale Junction service. The reefer car's T8. Alright, T42 derailed at Kembla Grange Racecourse on the 20th of October 2021. That was a Wednesday, I believe. Its derailment was caused by I believe it was a ute on the tracks. Well, it's just one track. It was in the road. It's like this. It's similar to the Vineyard Railway incident. Yeah, similar to the Vineyard Railway crossing incident. And the leading carriage, D6212, had the worst damage of a Tangara that I've seen personally. I didn't see it exactly, but it was on the news and it was all over. It was all over social media at that time. So yeah, first off, at that time it was rare. Yes, we understand that. That was during industrial action of Sydney trains, and the trains that were running on that day were Tangara T Sets, K Sets, and Intercity V Sets. 3rd generation trains. Every 4th generation train, including Oscars and M Sets, which I believe should have been part of the 3rd generation, but they're called 4th generation, were not in service. 4th generation, all the 4th generation trains were not in service. And I believe the cause of the industrial action was the D sets. Yeah, it would have to be, and there's a dispute going on with pay raise as well. So yes, D6212 is scrapped. D6249 is the carriage that is replacing it, and you just saw that a couple minutes ago. So yeah, and I really can't think of anything else except that is a Tangara that we need to remember, as I personally thought T42 was not going to go back into service, because before the Sydney Trains network did an upgrade, they were scheduled to be withdrawn in 2027, which is 2 years from now. But with the Tangara technology upgrade, it's extended its life to 2036, an extra 9 years. I believe that's a good thing, even though the Tangara technology upgrade is already late. It might go to 2040, but yeah, it'll be cool to see another train reaching 50 years. I believe M-sets are going to be withdrawn soon, so they enter service in 2002, and I believe they're going to be withdrawn in 2038, as they're actually known as millennibugs, as it was late in service. It was supposed to enter during the Sydney 2000 Olympics. It was its service entry was delayed because of a lot of issues with the operating systems. It was running Windows 2000 at the time, and it should have been running Windows XP, which was a better operating system. I mean, Windows 2000 Professional was a good Windows operating system, but I think it should have been running Windows XP. But it did enter in 2001, so I think they just wanted to wait for XP, or they probably used Windows 98, and it probably did not work as well. So they probably didn't have choice but to go with 2000, but I think that also did have issues as well. And when the XP, I think that's when they entered service after that, 2002, but it was then 2001. There we go. Waterfall service, next train on platform number 2. If you're guys wondering why I chose Mortdale for my spot for the Tangara anniversary, I mean, one notable part has to be its maintenance center. That is literally where all the Tangaras are. That's where they rest, that's where they get clean, that's where they get, in a way, fed. I don't know what that means, but yeah. They get taken care of, I can just say that straight away. Yes, and I think everyone would agree with that. So, yeah. Mortdale. It's a good station, but it needs an upgrade. So, yeah. We have a Tangara arriving on platform number 1, heading to Bondi Junction. The for cars is T77. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Happy 37th birthday to the Tangara T Sets. And I'll see you in the next video. I've got no idea where I'm going.